Welcome to 302 Sports, where tonight we bring you Henlopen Conference Northern Division action live from the beach. It's the Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week. Good early evening, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell, and welcome to 302 Sports as we bring you tonight's game. Tonight we swing into early action as our game's been moved up 2 hours due to impending bad weather and storms, and about to bang our coast. But storm or no storm, it's Northern Division action. It's number 3 ranked Sussex Central Golden Knights at 6-1, making the 15-mile trip east to take on the Cape Henlopen Vikings at 1-6. Let me bring in my broadcast partner, Jim Tack. And Jim, it's just a quick. It used to be a trip down Route 9. Now it's a trip down Zor Road since Sussex Central moved to a more rural location. But no matter what route they take to get to this game tonight, years ago this was a Week 10 rivalry game. There's still a bit of rivalry to it, something you can expect with boarding school districts.
Absolutely. That'll never leave, and they'll be reminded of that by parents and uncles and all those other people that played. But two teams at the opposite ends of the spectrum.
Sussex Central has the inside track to the Henlopen Conference Northern Division title and the automatic berth to the DIA Division I state tournament. They win tonight, they're the North champs. Left in their way is tonight's Cape Henlopen. Next week they have Caesar Rodney. The Golden Knights end their season with a Week 10 non-conference game with Indian River. And after a Week 1 loss, Sussex Central has found the formula on both offense and defense. In fact, Tack, they've been impressive.
Absolutely. In getting ready for tonight, I was so impressed with their defensive line and how they can control the line of scrimmage, the quickness, but then the efficiency also with running the wing T offense. They can throw. They'll draw you up at the run, and then they'll hit the play-action pass. They're a very well-balanced football team.
And tonight, there is truly the other side of the coin. Cape Henlopen has battled through tough early schedule, a youthful team, and in recent weeks, injuries. The Vikings are they're limping into this Week 8 contest. Coach J.D. Mall, he's turning his attention to the underclassmen. We may see quite a few sophomores getting extended playing time tonight.
Yeah, it's really a shame with the amount of injuries and some other distractions that they've had. But what you hope is that your sophomores turn into juniors at this point, juniors turn into seniors, and you're going to start to see some young leaders surface. You want to see who can play when it's tough. Anybody can play when you're winning, but right now is a challenging time for this Cape team.
Let's get to the Dream Scouting Network players to watch, and we'll go real quick through this, folks, as we have an abbreviated pregame show due to everything being moved up. But number 24, Isaiah Barnes. He's the running back / receiver. He's the linebacker / cornerback. Another guy, 99, Malik Copes, the defensive end. And number 21, Tajir Shepard-Parker. Real quick, Tack, talk about these three guys and what they bring to this game tonight.
Yep. Barnes, 13 catches, but on the other side of the ball is also the leading tackler. Copes, 6 sacks, but 12 tackles for loss. And he's part of that gang that plays on the other side. And Lewis, again, 6 sacks, but is a powerful runner when they use him on the inside.
And for the Cape Henlopen Vikings, linebacker number 44, Billy Ott, younger brother of Navy wrestler Thomas Ott, who was a all-conference performer here. Ben Weathersby, he's been early in the season, a couple picks during the year, and he's going to be called upon tonight, Tack, to control that edge, to set that edge.
Yeah, they're going to, with them running the buck sweep, he's going to have to increase on his tackle performance. He's also had 2 interceptions, but a solid performer for Cape.
And the last guy, 76, Lucas Rupert. And why we're focused on that guy? He's a freshman. He's a freshman two-way tackle or an offensive tackle, and he earned his spot after Week 1.
Yep. If a freshman's going to play, it usually is not in the offensive line.
Exactly.
It's usually fast and furious down there. You may get him at a safety or a wide receiver, but not in the offensive line. So it'll be interesting to watch Lucas tonight, and congratulations to him for working his way in.
And it's time to go to our Green Blade Irrigation Turf Report. And we are playing on artificial turf here tonight, folks. And temperature right now, 54 degrees, winds 12 miles from the east. So as you're watching the screen, that's left to right because that's coming right off the bay. And chance of rain late. We did move the camera inside because we were getting some drops. They were getting bigger, but it's not supposed to rain until 7 o'clock. So, Tag, real quick, let's talk about what these two teams have to do. Sussex Central, the Golden Knights, they can clinch the title tonight. No doubt John Wells has his team prepared, and they've discussed the trap game. So mental focus is key for Sussex Central tonight, and I believe they have the tools athletically and what they do on offense and defense. Tonight, they're going after the automatic berth to the Division I playoffs.
Absolutely. And being down the field with them and talking to their head coach before the game, they are focused. They're not loose at all, and they're not tight. They're ready to go to business. And, again, with a balanced offense and defense, I think you're going to see a great performance.
And the Cape Henlopen Vikings, they're just trying to salvage the season under first-year head coach J.D. Mall. They've had an injury-riddled season. When I talked to Coach Mall earlier in the week, he said they have 18 different players injured this season. Think about that. That's 2 or 3 kids per game out with an injury. Tonight for Cape Henlopen, it's about stealing a game.
Yeah, if I was J.D., I would take this film and I would just look to see who plays hard. That's what I would look for.
Folks, we're going to take a break here for the national anthem. So here we go, folks. Ready for some high school football. And right away on our, let's get to some early games, some early scores on our Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Mike Lang from 302 Sports reporting Caesar Rodney in the third quarter. They're up 25-6 over Brandywine. Wow, is that a much-needed win with Sussex Central and Stover down the pike?
Yeah, after last week, they needed to get back on track. That'll be good for their kids to look forward to the ending.
Sussex Tech Smyrna getting ready to kick off. And Woodbridge and St. Mark's, big game in Division II. Woodbridge and St. Mark's, they're getting ready to kick off up north. 302 Sports is carrying that. So open yourselves up a second browser tonight, folks. And that's the end of the 302 Sports and the Sodell pregame show, Sodell Concepts. 10 restaurants along the culinary coast. Folks, it is kickoff time. A win by Sussex Central, and they are the Henlopen Conference Northern Division champs. For Cape Henlopen, it's about pride. So the Vikings take the opening kickoff, and they're going to get out to about the 19-yard line. And Tack, I think these numbers are going to be hard to see tonight.
Yeah, yellow on the white jersey. Yeah. Tough to do.
That was number 9 on the carry. And we don't have a 9 on the program. So first and 10 for the Golden Knights, for the Vikings. They're on their own 20-yard line. And they break the huddle, and freshman quarterback, number 3. That's Hank D'Ambrosi, the freshman. And we have a flag? Yes. So we're going to start. These are shades of the Laurel Woodbridge game. We had a flag on the first play.
Don't even bring that up. That was a long evening.
Yes, it was. So 1st and 15 for the Cape Henlopen Vikings. They're in the I formation with an end split to the near side. And it's going to be a handoff. Second back there. He's met in the backfield. That was 99. Malik Cope's one of the players to watch. And I do not have a number on the carry. Yes, they have navy blue numbers on light blue shirts. That's not commentator friendly.
No, not at all. We need I should have brought the binoculars.
2nd and 17 for the Vikings. Back to the I formation. They're going to split a wing here to the near side. And it goes back in motion. And it's dropping back to passes. D'Ambrosi, and it's going to hit the turf. Intended for number 81. Ben Weathersby, another one of our players to watch. Kind of watching him on defense, though. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 17 attack right away. Not what they want to get. That was number 9. Daniel Sy is on the initial carry. We have a number on him now. So here we go. 3rd and 17 for the Vikings. Our first trip to the beach this year.
Good situation for screen. Hard rushing D-line.
I tell you, Coach Mall showed some faith in his freshman quarterback rolling out in the second quarter of the game. Letting him air it out. So he's going to drop back into a shotgun with a slot to the near side, wide side of the field. And has a man open, number 41, overthrows Marcus Robinson. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And
Just
the Vikings at the pump.
Needed a little bit of touch. He had the right target, and hopefully he'll settle down. Just a pup.
Our other 302 sports game going on tonight, St. Mark's and Woodbridge up in Pike Creek. The loser may be out of the playoffs. So Woodbridge could get in with a win over Delmar at the end, but St. Mark's playoff life is on the line tonight. It's 4th down for the Vikings. They'll be punting out of their own end zone. That's Pat Tack back to punt. He gets a good snap and gets his kick off, and it's a low end over end. It's going to take a Cape bounce, but right up in the hands of Barnes, and he's got to wait for his blocking to get here. Yeah, we're going to have a holding penalty, and Barnes taken down by number 81, Weathersby. But that kick got down there quick, and Barnes had to wait for the blocking.
He did, and he wanted to kind of set up and then divert. So here we get a chance to see this powerful offense.
Wing T offense. John Wells has been running this since the 90s when he started coaching. So
they do it well.
Mark off 10 against the Golden Knights, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
That was Melvin, on the stop.
That was Weathersby.
Ben Weathersby.
Under center, Isaac Barnes. He hands off to Tysier Shepard Parker. He goes untouched into the secondary, and that's a 1st down for the Golden Knights. S.E. Doyle, general contractor, 1st down.
Baines, a 9th grader, on the tackle.
1st and 10 as they go into Cape territory. So, like you said, Tack, he was 9 yards before he was even touched.
Yep.
1st and 10, single back in the backfield is Reed. And Vikings coming on a blitz. And that's going to be number 2, Shaheem Williams. He's going to get another Sussex Central 1st down. Shaheem Williams transfer from Sussex Tech. And that's another S.E. Doyle 1st down. I tell you, Sean Doyle, next year he's going to look at me and go, when we talk about renegotiating the sponsorship, is how many Sussex Central games do you have? Because they chew up, so they get some 1st downs. They're not a fast-break team. They just go down the field. And
yep. Ott on the tackle, the leading tackler for the Vikings.
And that's a guard trap up the middle. We read on the carry. We've talked in the past, Tack, about how Central literally has a stable of running backs. They run 6-7 guys will touch the ball in every game.
And what's great with the wing T, it's a pattern offense. There's a pattern of flow that the backs follow, and they memorize those patterns and break off. It's a little different.
2nd and 9 for the Knights at the 21-yard line. And it's going to be Tysier Shepard-Parker. He's going to go off the right side. Touchdown. And that's the same play they scored on against Smyrna.
Yep, the buck sweep, 2 guards pull, driving down on the front side. When those guards clear the edge, you know there's trouble.
Tysier Shepard-Parker with the touchdown, 21-yard touchdown run by Parker. And on the kick, Sam, number 44. And your holder, I believe, is Barnes. It is Barnes. Isaiah. Low snap. He's able to get it on the block. The kick's up. It's good. Sussex Central takes a 7-0 lead. And, folks, we'll be right back with more Henlopen Conference Northern Division action.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack. And let's get a couple quick. Barkley heating their out-of-town scoreboard. Scores. Smyrna scores first, but they fail on the 2-point conversion. They lead Sussex Tech 6-0. And Woodbridge goes up. Tack. 15 seconds into the game, Woodbridge goes up 7-0.
Wow.
So on the kick for the Knights is Sam. And it's going to take it inside the 5. And that's going to be size. He's going to break through at the middle. One guy to beat. But Javon Saffold chasing him down from behind. And Saffold catches him inside to right at the 20. Let's get a carrier on that, a number on that carry.
What an outstanding boost that those kids needed at this point.
Number 26 on the carry, Kevin Williams, a junior. And that was, like you said, that was a big boost for Cape Henlopen. But how about Saffield fighting through the traffic to make the stop?
Yeah, he did. He did. Without that, he's in the end zone. But what a great rebound for them.
1st and 10. And for the first time tonight, we are in the Lashers Barbecue red zone. And Lashers Barbecue, one of the guys on that offensive and defensive line for the Knights is Hiram Lasher, the son of Sean and Lisa. And that's number 21, hit in the backfield, Jaden Davis. Nowhere to go. He's going to lose a yard on the play. And right now, Tack, that Sussex Central defensive front is just pushing the Cape line back.
Yeah, and Zion Reed came up with the stop number 20. But again, they just occupy so many blockers with their quickness and make penetration.
Second and 11 for the Vikings. Cape Henlopen in the white helmets, the Columbia blue jerseys, white pants. Sussex Central blue helmets, white jerseys, blue pants. Drops the snap. D'Ambrosio under pressure. Looked like number 82's first one in there.
Yeah. Elijah Moore.
And Kasim Lewis in on the tackle as well.
And they had something really good set up. They had twins out here.
Right.
A back to this side and motioned over, and they had them outnumbered. And but again, that defensive line just causes such havoc. Right there, they broke up a pass play before it got a chance, and it was a good scheme by Cape.
Looks like we're going to have a shootout in Georgetown. They call it the ensuing kickoff. Jalen Sneed goes 99 yards. It's 7-6 Sussex Tech.
Oh, wow. Well, we saw a much improved Tech team last week.
That's right. Motion coming, deep motion comes, fakes, comes counter on the inside. That's number 21, Jaden Davis. And nowhere to go, and that's Copes on the tackle.
Yep. Again, that defensive line, they don't get the linebackers very much chance to make tackles up in there.
Woodbridge Blue Raiders are making a statement at Pike Creek. Richard Massey goes 63 yards. It's 14-0. And they've only played not even played 4 minutes yet, Tack. Woodbridge leads St. Mark's 14-0.
We've seen them several times. We said if they clean up the penalties,
They're gonna be dangerous.
that's going to be a great team, and they can throw. Their special teams are excellent, and a great running game. Their only problem was hurting themselves early. We saw against, let's see, team from the north, Wilmington Friends, where they had 3 touchdowns called back in that game.
So they're going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back with more Henlopen Conference Northern Division football. And welcome back. It looks like the Vikings are going to try a field goal here on 4th down. And who we got kicking, Tack? That number, is that your quarterback, D'Ambrosi? It is. 33 on the hold. That's Curtis Wells. He's going to attempt a 45-yarder. And he's got the got the distance. Wide left.
Just wide, but I'll tell you what, it came off the tee.
Yes, it did. So,
good leg.
Vikings fail on a 45-yard field goal attempt that had the distance. It just went wide left. So now it's 6:28 to play in the first quarter. Sussex Central at it again, back in business on offense. The ball be at their own 20.
And the other advantage, that Sussex Central D-line goes one way.
Yes.
There's a separate group on offense now, giving them a real advantage.
Kasim Lewis might play some fullback, usually third, fourth quarter, but other than that, they're one-way linemen. There comes the jet sweep with Shepard Parker, and he's going to pick up about 5 on the play. He's going to get the left foot spot, going to get 4 on the play.
Pat Tack on the stop.
You know, Sussex Central's, they're not going to have a 1,000-yard rusher this year because, like we talked about, they have so many guys.
They have so many guys running the ball.
Jamon Kane for Woodbridge, he needs 22 yards for 1,000 tonight up there at St. Mark's. That's week 8. That's a quick 1,000. So now 2nd and 6 for the Golden Knights out of the shotgun. This is Zion Reed, breaks the tackle, and he's out to about the 34-yard line.
Stopped by Wells from the secondary. They had some backers coming that time, but they just made it through the front 7.
We have a final on the Barclays Heating and Air scoreboard. Caesar Rodney, 25, Brandywine, 12. So the Riders get back in the win column. Shotgun formation, looks out to number 2, Williams. Williams takes the inside route, and he's going to get the first down. Tackle made by Weathersby, and a late flag.
Late flag. Laundry on the lawn.
Carpet. We're carpet here tonight, Tack. We're on the rug.
On the rug, that's right. That's right, we're on the rug.
Yeah, and that's Sussex Central. They're following the old theory. You pass on the grass, you run on the carpet. And they're keeping the ball on the ground.
Weathersby on the stop.
Going to be a holding call. It's going to bring back a 1st and 20 for Sussex Central. Sussex Central looking for their first Northern Division championships since 2012. Barnes in the shotgun, 1st down. And this time he's going to take it up the middle. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to gain maybe 2 yards. And that was number 45 that closed in on him, Royan Jones.
Nice stop for Jones.
Brings up a 2nd and 18.
That's what they're going to have to do. Put them in a position where they're going to have 2 downs to get a bunch. Nice backside stop.
That was Williams on the carry. Gain of none, it looks like. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 18.
Mendez on the stop. Good backside pursuit. And I think what they're doing is they're bringing a lot of people and staying shallow to the line of scrimmage and running shallow on the line. And it's a good plan.
3rd and 18 for Sussex Central at their own 26-yard line. And it's going to be the counter crisscross, and that's going to be Williams gets it out across the 30. So he's going to get a pickup of about, call it 5 on the play, and Sussex Central's going to have to punt. So the old holding penalty, the old drive stopper.
Look like Robinson in there, and Ott again. Ott, their leading tackler, very active around the ball.
Kevin Custis, 58-yard touchdown run. Sussex Tech now leads Smyrna 13-6. Good snap. Lewis gets the punt off. Big wobble ball to high in the air. Bounces inside to about the 30. And number 21, Jaden Davis wanted to pick it up, but
he was tempted.
He thought otherwise.
Well, that was a good series for Cape on defense. And as they say, you keep the clock running because they're playing a good football team.
Yes, they are. Cape Henlopen takes over at their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. It's going to be up the middle. Just nowhere. Ball's on the ground, and it looks like the Knights may have it. And they do.
Looks like
Turnover.
Barnes, Isaiah Barnes.
That was one of the intangibles I had going into this game was Cape Henlopen was minus 16 in turnovers this year, and Sussex Central at +6.
+6, yeah. I saw it in the stats, and that's a huge difference.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. They're in Cape Henlopen territory. They lead 7-0, and it's going to be Williams off the left side. He's got some running room, looking to break a tackle. Brought down by number, that may have been Ott, 44. 1st down, and another S.C. Doyle 1st down. It was Billy Ott on the tackle. As you said, the Vikings' leading tackler this season.
Yep. He's 4 already, and he's reading well.
Ball right outside the 20. 1st and 10 for sitting at the 21-yard line for the Golden. Ball's on the ground, and there's going to be a scrum for it. I think Sussex Central gets it.
Ball was on the ground.
And they do. 2nd and 13 for the Golden Knights.
You know, the tough thing for Central is they're so close to having this championship,
Right?
And you want to get up and get it locked away.
Right.
And
you're playing a 1-16. We talked about
yeah,
the trap
yeah,
game,
it drives you crazy.
For real. And that's going to be 21 Shepard Parker on the carry, gets it inside the 20. Pickup of about 5 on the play, brings up a 3rd down. And folks, we are in the last year's barbecue red zone for the 2nd time tonight.
Like Wells coming up from the secondary with a stop.
3rd and 8 for the Golden Knights. Ball at the 17 of Cape Henlopen. And that's going to be Williams again. And who was that on the tackle? That was 44
Ott
with the death grip on the jersey. Pulls him to the turf. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Golden Knights are going to go for it. Ball inside the 20 at the 18. 4th and 7.
Ott is around the ball, reading real well, his 5th tackle already in the evening.
Barnes dropping back to pass, under pressure, gets away from, has a man wide open.
Oh,
And that's number 7, Dominic Smith. He hit him in the last game we saw against Smyrna. Touchdown, Sussex Central. What an awareness play by Barnes. Under pressure, steps up, finds the open man.
that went from hooray to heck real fast. They had him clenched. They had them in their grasp. And Barnes is you don't realize the size of him until you get up close on the field. He's a tall, good-looking young man, and he was able to get up on, and they were man coverage, and obviously somebody missed the receiver going out.
Sam on the kick. And good snap, gets it on the block, it's up, and I think that's good, it is. 14-0, Sussex Central. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. I want to thank one of our sponsors, the Purple Parrot Grill. Due to our condensed Reader's Digest version of Pregame, we didn't get to do our pregame picks. But the Purple Parrot Grill, 134 Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. And they have a sister restaurant, folks, the Iguana Grill over on Baltimore Avenue, just one block to the north, 56 Baltimore Avenue. Thank you to the Purple Parrot and the Iguana Grill. 46 seconds to play. Sussex Central with a 14-0 lead. Sam on to kick it off. And the rain's starting to come down. That's number 24, Devontae Johnson. And he's going to get it across midfield. Brought down by number 15, Jeremiah Wilson. So Cape Henlopen going to get good field position again. 1st and 10. Special teams answered for him.
Yeah, both times. I mean, they've been able to have good returns. They just come back to the task of they may have to go toe-to-toe and not leave any gaps up front.
Right. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Sussex Central 47. And it's going to be a toss, but it's going to be behind them. And he's going to be able to gain about a yard. Tackle made by 13, Tyrell Whitkey. And now I guess they're saying the ball was on the ground. And that's going to be picked up by Kasim Lewis. So fumble on the play. There's also a flag, so hold everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of action.
So we got a fumble on the play. Looks like it's going to be a Cape Henlopen penalty as Isaac Barnes is telling the referee, we don't want it. So it's 1st down, Sussex Central from the 50-yard line. Johnson on the carry, fumbles, picked up by Kasim Lewis. And they brought him down. I haven't seen anybody tackle Kasim Lewis this year. Every time we've seen him carry, he scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
He had the pick 6 against Smyrna 2 weeks ago. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at midfield. Barnes drops back. Under pressure, looking down the field. He's going to tuck it and run it inside the 45. Got a 1st down at the 40, and they're going to go out of bounds inside the 35. And that's an S.E. Doyle 1st down. Nice run by Barnes.
Again, Cape Henlopen is trying to stay in man-to-man coverage so they can stunt more people.
Right.
And in order to play that, they're going to have to come up and step on the toes of the offender. They got to get right on his box. What'll set off a high school receiver is if he can't count his steps. They usually make breaks on steps. So if you can disrupt that at the line, be a lot better.
Well, call it all back because we have a penalty on Sussex Central. I haven't seen a flag. They put the ball back at the 50. We're replaying it down, but we don't know why. Did you see a flag?
No.
Well, we're replaying it down. First and 10 from the 50. Oh, high pass tipped.
Yeah, he'd throw across his body. Not sure, really,
Tipped off number 20.
what had happened there.
Sign Reed's hands. So that's going to bring up a second and 10. This whole series has been inadvertent whistle. That's 2 in 2 weeks. Well, here we go. Second and 10 from the 50.
2 seconds left.
And a goal, nice break the huddle. And back in the shotgun is Barnes, and it looks like the Vikings are bringing the pressure. That's Williams left side. He's got wrapped up. Number 11 finishes it off. Daniel Saez.
Jab.
Gain of 4 on the play brings up 3rd and 6. And that should bring us to the end of the first quarter. And it does. So, folks, at the end of one quarter, your score, Sussex Central 14, Cape Henlopen 0. We'll be right back with more Henlopen Conference action.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack on 302 Sports. And we have a Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard update. And boy, is Woodbridge taking it to St. Mark's 21-0. The Blue Raiders lead. 3rd and 6, and we're going to get a jump on Cape Henlopen. That's what it is. Offsides encroachment on the Vikings.
Going to give him a 1 yard.
A 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Third and 1 for the Golden Knights. That's a handoff to Zion Reed. Breaks it at the line of scrimmage and going to be pulled down from behind after getting the first down. Number 9 on the tackle for the Vikings.
Kasim
That's
Lewis.
Saez.
I'm sorry, you're right. Sorry.
It's the number we had to add.
Yes, we had to add that number. And again, the Vikings were blitzing, and if you don't get it right at the line, it's hit or miss. They're into the secondary.
And we're in the red zone with Lasher's Barbecue. And that's going to be, is that Reed again? Taking it down inside the 5.
Yep.
And that's going to be another S.E. Doyle first down.
It's a
for
pat tack on the stop, and then they ran the old wing T off-tackle power play, lead with the fullback, give to the halfback, drive on the front, and the guard will pull around to pick up the offside linebacker.
Ball on the 2. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit more rain here, Tack. But on the turf, it shouldn't, except for a wet ball. Conditions should stay pretty much the same running-wise. So I would imagine the Knights will keep it right here on the ground. Double wing is going to be a handoff to Zion Reed. Right side, he's in. Touchdown, Sussex Central. and they go up 20-0.
And what they did by putting the wing back over there, they're forcing the defensive end to soften his stance and move out a little bit, and they drove down and kicked. You almost have to roll the corner up tight when they bring the wing. It's an extra man on the line.
Sam on for the extra point. And Barnes on for the hold. And the Vikings are going to jump in the neutral zone again. So encroachment on the Vikings moves the ball up about 1.5 yards. And the Knights are going to stay on kicking and kick. And a good snap. The hold's down. The kick is up. And it's good. Sussex Central 21-0 over Cape Henlopen. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com. The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013...
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School, where the Golden Knights have taken a 21-0 lead here with 11 minutes to go in the first half. And another Barclay Heating and Air update score. Sussex Tech 19, Smyrna not 6. So Smyrna's offense finding it tough going again. But remember, they were down 22-0 last week at the half.
Came back
and lost by a touchdown.
But Tech looked like they found themselves last week. They really did. They were punching it up inside pretty good with the unbalanced line.
Sam kicks the knuckleball. It bounces about the 20, taken inside to 15. And that's going to be number 9, Sayas, looking for some running room in the middle wall, and we're going to have a flag, 2 flags. And we'll wait to see what the penalties are. Little scuffle over here.
Yeah,
at the whistle.
Nothing to write home about. I didn't.
There was some pushing and shoving right at the whistle. Don't know that it's penalty worthy, but we'll see. We've got 2 flags, so those 2 guys thought it was. Just don't let it be offsetting. One of my pet peeves is the old offsetting, unsportsmanlike. It's called on somebody. And here comes the call. We'll get it here in a second. It's going to be offsetting.
That's not a fight.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a very good one. Ball on the 32, 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Just unable to get anything going so far. They've had good field position in this game. And they break the huddle, and they're going to go new quarterback in?
They have 3 receivers in a bunch.
Okay. D'Ambrosi's still in quarterback. And it's going to be a quick pitch out to number 26, Kevin Williams, and he's going to be pulled down in the backfield. Loss of about 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 14.
Yeah, they couldn't get the crack block on the defensive end. The minute he saw the bunch, 3 receivers, he just got upfield. It's a well-coached team. They know the situations. They know what the formations will bring.
John Wells, he's one of the old guys in the conference now, so he's been around a long, long time.
Had a very nice conversation with him before the game and enjoyed it quite a bit.
2nd and 14. And the Vikings dropping back to pass. D'Ambrosio slips, tucks it in, and trying to get what he can get. Gets about 3 on the play and stays in bounds, so the clock keeps running. So bring up a 3rd down. And I talked about John Wall's a longtime friend of mine. Played against him. He played at Indian River. And then came over to coach at Sussex Central after graduating from college, and we've been friends for 40 years. Doesn't mean he returns my emails any better than anybody else. But.
If our viewers want to see part of the reason that this defense is so effective, take your eyes off the ball and watch the front 4 defensive linemen
they move.
Sussex Central.
They explode and they get off the ball.
When I was watching film to get ready for this, it just jumped out. They get off the ball and penetrate before Cape has a chance to get into their second step. And they're not overly big. But boy, do they move, and it causes a lot of problems for an offense. But if you want to see why they're good on defense, take a look at their defensive line.
So the Vikings are going to take a timeout. I think we're going to get a new quarterback here, number 5, Merrick Harrigan-Farrow. Looks like he's checking in the game as he walks out with Coach Maul. And we're going to stay right here with the action, folks. Got a couple scores, as I said, 19-6. Sussex Tech up on Smyrna. Smyrna's season, tell you the truth, Smyrna can still get in the state tournament. Not losing tonight, they can't, but just amazing how 2-4 team still has a shot because their strength of schedule.
Well, I'm just amazed at the difference in the Tech team that we saw last week. I watched them in 3 previous games, and they came off the ball. They used the unbalance, but the backs ran. I think it was Noseworthy, the young man? Yeah, he really was something else. Now, again, folks, watch this front line.
Now they're going to a full house backfield, a little wishbone, and we're going to get a jump.
Now, they were a little too fast maybe that time.
They were bringing it, weren't they?
They come off the ball. I'm not sure whether so many discussions with it. It's either somebody was in the neutral zone. Let's go.
We're 3rd and 11, and either the offense moved or they're in the neutral zone. But I guess 2 guys saw 2 different things, and we're gonna get the call here from the head referee from the white hat.
Well, if it goes against
Cape.
It was probably a snap infraction, moving of the ball. But again, watch this defensive line tee off, and you'll see why they're good. And then it just allows those linebackers to roam around and make tackles. But in this case tonight, this Central defensive line, there's something special. Watch it. Look at all flat backs, weight on their hand, and they take off.
And they catch him in the
There's
backfield.
What we just talked about.
And that was number 9, Kasim Lewis, and he hit him right after he got the ball. So it's going to be 4th down for the Cape Henlopen Vikings.
Folks, you can get any information you want. There's nothing you can do about that. Yeah. Your guy has to be better than their guy, and that's what jumped out at me
we've watched
immediately.
We've watched Kasim Lewis 4 times this year, and there's nice where he's a man among boys out there.
Yeah, he really is a special player.
So 4th down on the punt is Pat Tack. And back deep is Barnes. And he gets a nice spiral, and Barnes is going to take it at his own 45 and has some running room on the right side and just has to beat Tack. Tack reaches out, can't get him. 55-yard kick return for Barnes. Touchdown, Sussex Central.
And you know what he did? He took 3 steps to his left, and he planted, crossed over, so he redirected really the pursuit of Cape. And
Tack couldn't get an angle on him.
No.
He was going for the sidelines. And
with his speed, the biggest thing was nobody was in their lane because he took those first steps. Everybody got set, and like that, he planted and went off the other side. And a good punt returner will force them to redirect.
On the kick is Sam. 7:37 to play here in the half. And he's got another one. 4 for 4 is Sam. So, folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout. We'll be right back with more Henlopen Conference Northern Division action as the Sussex Central Golden Knights are looking to win their first conference title since 2012.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack. Tack, I just tuned into our other 302 sports game. John Busby and Nick Alessandrini on the call up in Pike Creek. And the Ocho just went in the end zone again. It's 28-0 Woodbridge. And kick down around the 10-yard line. Bobbles it, picks it up, tries to get some running room, and steps out of bounds. Big hit by Javon Saffold, number 8. That was 9. Saez on the carry.
Yeah, and he's
slow getting up.
A little slow getting. He did. He got one hung on him right there at the boundary. So, and again, Cape playing outmanned with a lot of kids out.
And a young team on the field.
Injured and a young team and a first year in their system. So, again, I said if I was JD, I would just take this film, look to see
who played the hardest,
and you build around them, and you find the other guys that are like that.
And you're playing with your freshman quarterback.
Yep. Find who wants to be here.
1st and 10 for the Cape Henlopen Vikings at their own 22-yard line. And the Vikings even have a little trouble just getting set right now. And they're going to flood that left side.
Yep. 3 receivers.
And
this time they got it.
And it goes out of bounds. That looks like number 21, Jaden Davis on the carry. Looks like he picks up about 7 or 8 yards.
They tried that play earlier where they motioned to 3 wide receivers. They tried it out of a bunch before. This time they spread the 3 receivers out, and it seemed to give them some better alley.
2nd and 2.
And again, nobody's faking their injuries. Sometimes those things just come in waves, and
right.
That's what's tough right now for the Vikings.
And it looks like he's taking his time. He's trying to keep the Knights offense off the field. Fumbles it, but he's able to recover his own fumble. And he's going to lose about 5 on the play. And J.D. Maul, he realizes he's got a young group out there. He's against the number 3 team in the state. And he's got to do things to keep these kids in the game and in the season. And, he's running the play clock down. And just things are –
got to take the air out of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cooper on the stop. And the other thing that Central does defensively is they will do what's called stemming. So just before the snap, their defensive line will move. So your calls that you made in the offensive line are no longer any good. So you gotta block the pattern, and that moving around creates havoc up front, especially with the fact these guys are lightning fast.
3rd and 7, and he's looking to pass, has a man open, in and out of his hands. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Vikings. That pass was intended for 41, Marcus Robinson, and just trying to get turned around and get the ball, just wasn't there. 4th down for the Vikings.
Lewis came across the line, didn't get a good jump, so he sprinted down the line and got into pass coverage.
Right.
And he's only a junior. So He's a good one to come back.
Tack on the punt. Barnes standing again at his own 45. That's right where he was last time when he returned one to the house. And Tack gets this one off. This one's an end over end, and it's going to go out of bounds around midfield. You know, and even watching, just like watching the Sussex Central, these special teams guys that are only getting on the field for punts, and they play hard too. We're watching number 4 just then, Jalere Pettyjohn, stay with his block, take him right out of bounds.
Yep. Yeah, they take it very serious. I like what they do with the linemen going one way. And you get into the second half, you really have an advantage if your line's going one way.
Ball at the 50, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. And Barnes under center. And it's going to be Zion Reed up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the play. And there's a whole bunch of Vikings in there. Look like number 44, Ott, 66.
Yeah, Ott.
Mendez.
Ott's around the ball.
And 45, Roy Jones.
Jones did a nice job inside. They could not pick up that stunt. And what they ran was what's called an isolation play with a halfback led up inside for the fullback. 2 wideouts.
2nd and 9 for the Golden Knights. They go to the shotgun. Motion comes, and it's a handoff to Parker on the sweep. And makes a couple cuts, gets the first down, and goes down about the 45-yard line. And that's an S.E. Doyle first down. Tackle made by Wells.
Again, the speed sweep off of the motion. That back is coming in just about full speed. They time that thing up, and he hits the edge.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights in Cape territory at the 35. Motion comes again, same play. This time, so maybe a face mask on that. I think that was Glandon on the carry. No, that was number 2, Williams on the carry. And pick up, no pim, actually a loss of 1 on the play. Got to bring up 2nd and 10.
Ott again coming up with the stop. So he has a good key that he's following. A lot of times with the wing T, if you watch the guards, they will take you to the ball. If you watch the backs, you're in trouble. You're going to chase ghosts because they're always crossing.
Right.
Yeah, you got to watch the interior lineman and go to the blocking point.
2nd and 10. And we're going to get a timeout. The Vikings, or excuse me, the Knights just couldn't even get set up. John Wells is going to take a timeout. We're going to take one with them, folks. We'll be right back. Your score, Sussex Central 28, Cape Henlopen 0.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen, folks. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Arena Deli halftime stats on our Soto Concepts halftime show. Our stats being added up throughout the game by Dave Marvel. We thank Dave Marvel every week coming out here and part of our broadcast and makes us look smart sometimes, Tack.
Yeah, now you pair that up with Arena's Deli. I mean, that's a great combination.
There you go.
A favorite of mine at the Milford location, I might add.
Yeah, they have several locations. Many locations.
Many locations.
So 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Ready to play whistle. And that's going to be a flag.
Nope. 2 guys in motion at the same time.
And you know, as a coach, and you're the number 3 team in the state, and that came off a timeout.
After timeout,
You're so aggravated right now. You want to chew your play sheet.
And Dave made a good point at the break that coach is just trying to get them settled down.
Right.
settle down, run your plays, think about your fundamental. Just get better. Don't look ahead to the scoreboard of the win. Get better during the course of the evening.
That's going to be a 5-yard backup, makes it a 2nd and 15. And back to the classic wing tee. And Barnes is going to roll out, and nobody open. Finds the guy over the middle. That's the trail guy.
You're right.
He's going to pick up 10.
The drag guy it ends up being a 3-level pass with the fullback out in the flat, the tight end in the middle, and then the wide receiver will occupy the deep zone. And that middle guy is open a lot because the linebacker will jump on the fullback coming out of the backfield.
Sussex Tech 34, Smyrna 6. I think you can turn the lights out on the any chance for the Smyrna Eagles to repeat go back for a 4th state title. As right now, Sussex Tech's turning the lights out on that.
Yep.
Sussex Tech, wow, you got to look back at their loss to Appoquinimink. As maybe they win that game, they're in the playoffs. 3rd and 5.
Counter off the speed sweep.
Right, not there. Who wraps that up? That was 45 Jones again. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Loss of 2 on the play. 4th and 7 for the Golden Knights. Sussex Central leading 28-0.
Jones, a senior, has several stops this evening.
Yeah, Jones not. We'll see how the game goes. Minus a lot of William Burke last week from Caesar Rodney, and we have a timeout. Cape Henlopen. And we got a whole bunch of coaches going out on this one. So we're going to stay right here, folks, with 2:42 to go in the first half.
Sometimes that can be a little confusing because everybody's trying to make a coaching point.
That's right.
And kids get twisted. But listen, they are trying to fight respectability. Right. They want to show themselves that they're in this thing.
I want to say hello to our guys up north, Nick, and John, as we're watching their game on the phone to the side here. And after a long time-consuming St. Mark's drive, Woodbridge takes over on downs, and they're in business at midfield, leading 28-0. And they're fighting for their playoff lives as well. Their playoffs started like 3 weeks ago.
Well, I think Woodbridge is tough team. We spoke about them earlier, and after Tech last week, just amazing what's transpired here in the last few weeks.
So 4th and 6 for Sussex Central. Barnes is going to drop back to pass under pressure, and he's sacked. Turnover on downs, number 17, Drew Dennis on the tackle. So the Vikings take over. Turnover on downs, 1st and 10, Cape Henlopen. And they're at their own 32.
Obviously a good adjustment at the timeout. Bring the pressure. So a good move by Cape. Now they're going to get another chance to.
Well, I'm sure John Wells would like to have tacked on one more there and get that running clock at the half and get this thing. You're in bad weather. It's cold. You want to get out of this game with no injuries. You have Caesar Rodney next week. But the Vikings, they had a little something to say about that. Full house backfield for the Vikings, 1st and 10. And it's going to be the deep back through. He gets nothing on the play. And again, Tack, it's to your point. The Golden Knights are a yard in the backfield.
Yep.
And they're moving the line of scrimmage back.
It's the only way to be able to stop that is a dry block from the outside, or which is still legal, is to start to cut people at the line with a low block. It is legal within the tackle box. There's nothing illegal about it. That you got to cut and then scramble to slow them down.
2nd and 10, pitch to the right side. And he's going to get some running room. That's number 21, Jaden Davis. He's close to the first down, but it's going to be just a bit short.
Tilly on the stop. So I think that the Cape's really making a good move, and that they've made some yardage on the trips and the sweep, and the full house and the sweep. Get outside of that defensive line.
Kudos to the referee crew. This is something we haven't seen much this season. A measurement.
Yeah, well.
28-0 game. Hey, they're doing their job. They're going to measure this first down. I like it. Because Cape looking at a 3rd and maybe inches or possibly a first down. They're going to be a little short, but not a lot.
Just short.
And Coach may have asked for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to grant that,
Right.
but it's a smart move.
And we've talked about during the season, we've seen a lot of first downs called on the far side of the field that were, within
shaky.
a yard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we wonder why they don't measure. But this crew's doing it. So 3rd and inches for the Vikings.
So we'll see that D-line dig in. They've moved over.
So Cape's also an unbalanced.
Cape's in an unbalanced line. They have 4 linemen to this side, and what they'll do is see how far they move. Now what?
We have an offsides penalty on Sussex Central, first down.
Okay, so they lined up in the neutral zone.
So that's a S.E. Doyle first down. This one by penalty. But you know what? I think the Vikings would be happily take that one. That moves the ball out to the 47. First down for Cape Henlopen.
And they're unbalanced again, so they have 4 linemen to this side with their backs in a power eye, and we have now
Another offsides penalty. This one on Cape.
And the other thing you can do is jump up in there and say, move back a little bit. This is
So the 5 goes back, but it's a little late because it's already a first down. So 1st and 15 for the Vikings. And it's going to be the second guy through. He's going to get about the 5 back. Number 45, Jones on the carry.
good initial
He was a
hit.
guard. He was a guard last year.
Is that right?
Jones was a guard last year.
Well, they claim that guards are fullbacks without as much thought process. So I was a guard in the center.
Is that like lacrosse players or baseball guys that can't hit curveball?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
We have an injury player down. It's Verdon. Tanner Verdon, number 77. He's up and walking off under his own power. And there you can see the sky shot. Rain coming down pretty good here. We'll have no halftime show tonight, folks. We'll go, 'cause neither band came to the game.
Right now, Cape is
2nd and 11. So they picked up
looking
4
for
on that
another
play.
lineman.
Yeah, tight wishbone formation. I
Yep.
think Coach calls this niche.
Double tight.
And it's going to be toss to number 24, Devontae Johnson.
And what a job by the end.
Just pushing it back. Loss of 3, maybe 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 15.
I apologize. It was very difficult to see the numbers.
Yeah, we got rain collected on this window, and I can't open it up because I can't get any rain on this equipment. But that's going to be the end of the first half, folks. Your score at the end of one half of football. Number 3 ranked Sussex Central 28. Cape Henlopen 0, folks. We'll be back after a few commercial timeouts.
Concepts here with another edition of Sodell in Sport. Today I'm here with Scott Kammerer. Scott is our fearless leader. He is the president of Sodell Concepts. Scott, can you tell everyone a little bit about what you do here?
Thanks for having me, Nelia. So I'm the president of the company. So I do a lot of public relations. I help make decisions on the where we're going to go, what we're going to open, and I set a lot of policies. And basically, I feel like I'm the leader of the company, and I help set the direction for how we can be successful in the future.
Okay, great. And so Scott was a big athlete in high school and college. He was really involved in wrestling. Scott, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So I was a New Jersey wrestling state champ. I'm in the New Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. I wrestled in college. I was a multiple time All-American growing up through the years. I was actually, I won 2 matches my freshman year. I was 500 my sophomore year. And then my junior and senior year, I had a really good run. And because of those accomplishments, I was elected to New Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. And wrestling really changed my life. I was one of those kids that really didn't have a lot of direction, and the principal told me I can go to detention every day or I could go to wrestling practice. And I was one of those people that I devoted my whole life to wrestling. I wrote out a plan. I practiced really day and night. I would stay late, I would get up early, and I went to any means necessary to be a champion. So that's kind of what my high school career was.
And so can you talk a little bit about having that experience and that mindset has helped you in what you're doing now?
Sure. I was also a football player in high school, and I was an All-American high school football player. I was Player of the Year in New Jersey, and the dedication that it takes to be part of a team, to be a cog in the machine, to be part of something that was really successful. I played on a couple nationally ranked teams, and I feel like those lessons come through today. We always deal with adversity here at Sodell Concepts. We always have setbacks, but we always fight hard, we always train hard, and we're always looking for a better day. And I feel sports is almost exactly what we're doing. I feel like sometimes I'm the coach of a team, and when it comes to Sodell Concepts and the restaurants, we've been fortunate enough to win a lot of awards. So a lot of what we do is try and stay on top and stay relevant and stay important. So I feel that sports is really the biggest correlation between what we're doing today and what I did all through my high school and college career.
I think like it really is a testimony to the company that we do have so many former athletes here. It's just those kinds of people kind of come together later on. And
yeah, I feel like athletes get it, and football players get it, wrestlers get it, and all the athletes that we've been with over the years, they really understand what it is to be part of a team. It's not about who you are.
Right, it's not about you.
And I think that people realize the sacrifice that it takes to be successful. I think anybody can want to be great, but those who have the will to prepare and those that persevere and don't give up, those are the ones that are successful. And I think that's one of the things that we have going for us at Sodell Concepts.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Scott, for talking to us today. Nelia Dolan, Sodell in Sports. Thanks for watching, and keep playing.
Thanks.
show, Sodell in Sport. We find in Sodell that we have tons of both student athletes and former student athletes that are part of our team. And we're just going to talk about a few people who work with us who are really involved in sports in our area and beyond. This is Molly. She works down at Northeast Seafood Kitchen. Tell us what you do there, Molly.
Hi, my name is Molly Chamberlain, and I work at Northeast Seafood Kitchen. I have been waiting tables for Sodell for 8 years now.
And mostly you work in the summer times now?
Yeah, so I work in the summertime for Sodell. During the year, I'm a physical education teacher at Selbyville Middle School is where I'll be this year. I've been at Millsboro Middle School the past 6 years, and this year I'll be transferring to Selbyville.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And Molly's going to tell us a little bit. She's very involved in sports, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her background in sports, when she started, all that kind of thing. What sports she's played.
Yeah, so I started playing soccer when I was 5 years old. I started out at River Soccer Club, which is in Frankfort, Delaware. I played for a travel team starting when I was 8 years old. I was actually on the first girls travel team at River Soccer Club. And I started playing field hockey when I was 9 years old. Started going to camps and clinics, and I played field hockey and soccer through high school. College, I went to University of Delaware, and I played club soccer there.
Okay, cool. And can you tell us how you feel like, being involved in sports and part of a team have helped you in your professional life? Now that you're obviously a phys ed teacher, so you're still involved in athletics, but how has it helped you in other ways?
Yes, so playing in high school really made me realize that I just love sports. I love all sports, and that led me to want to be a physical education teacher today. Now I am coaching a girls travel soccer team out at River Soccer Club. I also coach field hockey at Indian River High School, and I will be the Selbyville Middle School soccer coach for the girls team. I do a lot of clinics for field hockey as well. I was more of a soccer player throughout my whole life, but as I've gotten older down in the Indian River School District area, there's really more of a need for field hockey coaches. We have a lot of soccer coaches. We don't have very many field hockey coaches, so I found myself doing a lot more with field hockey lately. But I mean, throughout the spring and the fall, I'm coaching 7 days a week. I think sports have taught me a lot about commitment. My parents always had a very strict rule. If you started a season or if you started something, you had to finish it. And I think that's kind of followed through with everything I've done. Like I said before, I'm going into my 8th year at Sodell, and really taught me a lot about commitment.
Right, that's really cool. And I mean, obviously to you, Molly, it's impressive that not only did you commit yourself, but now you're helping the next generation of kids come up and be able to be involved like you were, and that's awesome. And like, is that part of your, because you're coaching 3 teams really during the school year, plus working in the off season at the restaurant. That's a lot of time and energy and commitment.
Yeah, it's something I really enjoy doing. Already today I had field hockey practice. I really just enjoy coaching young female athletes. They're very committed to the game. They, for the most part, enjoy being coached, and it's just something I really love doing every day.
That's wonderful. All right, thank you so much, Molly. Molly down at Northeast Seafood Kitchen, who's part of the IR team there also, and we're so grateful for you coming in and talking to us today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware.
You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Congratulations, Dover Federal.
I'm Sarah, the Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding is an exciting and wonderful time. Let us help you make it great. Our experienced team of hospitality professionals coordinate and execute every detail to provide a stress-free experience so you can focus on the moment. From food to flowers, we prepare everything on site, tailored to your vision. Let Baywood Greens transform your next event to a memorable experience. I'm Sarah, the Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding is an exciting and wonderful time. Let us help you make it great. Our experienced team of hospitality professionals coordinate and execute every detail to provide a stress-free experience so you can focus on the moment. From food to flowers, we prepare everything on site, tailored to your vision. Let Baywood Greens transform your next event to a memorable experience. I'm Sarah, the Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding is an exciting and wonderful time. Let us help you make it great. Our experienced team of hospitality professionals coordinate and execute every detail to provide a stress-free experience so you can focus on the moment. From food to flowers, we prepare everything on site, tailored to your vision. Let Baywood Greens transform your next event to a memorable experience. I'm Sarah, the Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
Welcome back to Cape Henlopen, folks. Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack. And Tack, we got some Arena's Deli halftime stats coming up, and brought to you by Arena's Deli. Don't have my usual graphic. The rain's causing all kinds of problems down here. Couldn't even get my Photoshop to work to get my stats in. But trust me, Dave Marvel was adding them up. So here we go with the Arena Deli halftime stats. The Cape Henlopen Vikings, no yards, 0. 1, 2 turnovers, and 1 first down. For Sussex Central, 172 total yards, 25 in the air, 147 rushing, and 9 first downs, no turnovers. And I think part of what you're saying is Central trying to keep the ball on the ground, get this to a running clock, get out of here with no
Get
injuries.
out of here. Yep. Get the running clock, and then get your people off the field. Get them rested, get them safe as you're going to make the run here.
Right. Leading rushers for the Golden Knights, number 21, Tyjair Shepard-Parker, 6 carries, 85 yards. He's got a touchdown. Number 2 is Shaheem Williams, 7 carries, 43 yards. He has a touchdown. Smith has 2 catches for 25 yards. One of those was a touchdown. And Barnes, 2 for 4 with a 25-yard touchdown. And his brother returned a 55-yard punt return for a touchdown for the Golden Knights. And I gotta let you know that the Barnes twins each with a score tonight, and it's their birthdays tomorrow. So happy birthday to Isaac and Isaiah Barnes. They turn 18 years old on tomorrow. Let's talk about some Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scores. And, man, we got some blowouts in some games we didn't think were going to be blowouts. Sussex Tech 48. Smyrna 6. Sussex Tech probably will not make the playoffs even if they went out by virtue of 2 of their wins were over Division II schools.
Right. But
they're ending.
What a way to end. And, we saw it last week. We saw a different team. We saw a different effort. again, Noseworthy just caught our attention with how hard he ran. The big lineman coming off the ball. They did a wonderful job last week. So you're going to see them finish out strong, and that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do when coming down at the end of the season.
And at halftime, when they come back from the half, Woodbridge will have St. Mark's under the running clock at St. Mark's. So they went upstate for an early start, and Woodbridge taking it to them 35-0 at the half. So the Woodbridge Blue Raiders looking to head into this showdown with Del Mar that we'll have in Week 10.
I keep talking about I can't wait, but it's been exciting to see such good football from Del Mar,
right?
Woodbridge, Sussex Tech team that is turning it around, and tonight a real good Sussex Central football team with a lot of weapons.
I guess in a couple weeks we're going to find out what happened in Week 1 when Sussex Central lost to Hodgson 26-6. Those two probably going to meet again in the looks like maybe the semifinal. Sussex Central looking to be a third or fourth seed. We still got some football to play. Slayzana with a game tonight against Westminster out of Maryland.
Did everything take place tonight? Did anybody push it till tomorrow?
Nobody pushed back. Everybody pushed forward, it seems like.
Smart move. Smart move.
So we have no trying to see if I can find a Slayzana score. They may have played regular time.
Milford, I think, was starting at 6.
Yeah, Milford's underway. Just no score updates. But yeah, Slayzana, they still have a say in what happens with Central, whether they're third or fourth seed. They play, except for St. Mark's, they play in 2 weeks. They play an almost Division I schedule. We have Cesar Rodney, we had earlier, 25-12 winning. That puts them at 4-4 on the season. They have Sussex Central next week. The game we'll be carrying, and then they have Dover in the Civil War. The Dover Senators and the Cesar Rodney, and Trey, our cameraman here, he'll tell you he's a Cesar Rodney guy, and 4-4 versus 8, or 4-5 versus 8-1.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter in that game.
No,
it's happened so many times.
No, they're great games. They're great for the community. That's the game you go out, you get to see people and root like crazy for your alma mater.
Right, absolutely. So waiting for the minute to go here in the half, and we'll be underway in the third quarter. And Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack, Trey Mitchell on the camera, and Dave Marvel on the stats, the Arena Deli's halftime and post-game stats. At the end of the game, we will pick a active pest of the game. That guy that's just a thorn in your side. 1 week, we've had some neat ones. 1 week, it was the entire Sussex Central defense against Smyrna. And then last week, Trey went down to get the picture and gave him the number, and the coach said, he's the kicker, right? And it was Sussex Tech's kicker who put Cesar Rodney in bad field position all night long.
It was funny, last week on one of the college games, I was giggling to myself because they're talking about how effective this kicker was.
Right.
And I said, okay, we did the right thing.
We did that, yeah. We did it first.
Yes. But he controlled things.
So here we go, getting ready underway here in the third quarter, and I believe Sussex Central will have the ball to start the third quarter. And I would imagine Coach Wells will probably put his starters on the field for one series each, maybe two, get that 35, and head back to Georgetown with a win and a conference title.
Now, how will they finish out? What are their final? Central, who do they have?
Cesar Rodney next week, the game we'll be carrying, and then they finish up with us Indian River, a Division II.
Indian River, okay.
And that's the intra-district rivalry. And we're going to go over that, Jim Tack, in Week 10 when I break down the downstate rivalries, because we still have them. We still have trophy games downstate. Northern Delaware, not so much anymore. So on the kick, it looks like now we really can't see with the ring come. That's 16, Austin Carey on the kick. So here we go, third quarter about ready to get underway, and the toe hits the pig, and it's a pooch kick down to about the 20, high in the air, and it's going to be picked up by number 2, Williams, and he jukes the one guy looking to get to the far side, but it's nothing but Columbia blue jerseys over there, and he's going to be tackled by number 17, Drew Dennis.
Drew had a sack earlier this evening, and now he has a special team stop.
So 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. And we're just going to pop this window open so we can see what's going on, I think. Yeah, there we go. There we go, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Oh, that's much, much better.
Yeah. The coaches have gone to the capes on the sideline. It's
Right.
coming down that hard.
And that's Shepard Parker on the carry up the middle, and he's got the first down. That's another S.E. Doyle first down for the Golden Knights.
Odd again down there in the secondary, making the tackle for the Vikings. But folks, this is ugly.
Yeah.
That rain is coming down. It is
hard.
cold, and I'm in the press box, so how soft am I?
Yeah, I hear you. We've got doors shut, we've got windows open. Trying to move all the electrical equipment away from the from the windows.
It'll be a shocking experience.
Yeah, it's a straight down rain, which is interesting because the flag's blowing at about 12, 15 miles to the east, but the rain's coming straight down. Gain of 3 on the play brings up a 2nd and 7. Barnes under center. And typical your traditional wing tee setup.
Wing tee set, yes.
And
Buck
it's gonna
sweep.
be with Williams off the left side, got some running room, but stays on his feet down the sideline. One guy to beat. Oh, I think the line got him.
Larry Line with the
Yeah.
stop.
Let's see who fell on top. Saez going to get credit for the tackle. And that brings up another S.C. Doyle first down. And it's a double one because we're in the red zone. Last year's barbecue in the red zone. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights.
You are so good at that. You never miss that. Yeah.
Well, I like to go out and eat their pit beef. So
There you go.
I can't miss any red zone calls, you know what I'm saying? First down for the Golden Knights. It's the first man up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown.
Inside trap.
Zion Reed.
Same formation, wing T formation, halfback, fullback, and wing, and then run the trap up inside. And with the extra point.
Zion Reed, 18-yard touchdown run. The extra point would put us in the running clock. And Sam on to kick the extra point. Barnes will hold. And our rain came a little early. Scheduled for about 7. It showed up about a half hour ago. Oh, low snap. He gets it up on the block, and Sammer makes it true.
Nice
30.
save. Nice save by the kicker.
So as soon as the referee blows the whistle, we'd be under the running clock. 35-0. Sussex Central takes the lead.
They started it already.
Yeah. I was just ready for that ready-to-play whistle. So Sussex Central will kick it off. As we said, we are under the running clock here in Lewis at the beach as we got one of these late fall storms. Another canceled sea witch down in Rehoboth Beach. I think that's 3 or 4 of them now.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of disappointed kids tomorrow.
Trust me, be more disappointed parents. Than
Parents.
kids. Worked that for many, over 20 years working in Rehoboth. And Sam kicks it deep down inside the 5. And the Vikings going to bring it with some running room down the left side, switches hands, and goes out of bounds. Tackle made by number 25, Andre Teagle. Return by number 21, Jaden Davis. Jaden Davis had a couple good returns here for the Vikings, Stack.
He has. And again, has a good burst of speed. Brings it up, centers the defenders, then breaks to the outside.
So, quarterback change for the Vikings. Number 5, Merrick Harrigan-Farrow now goes under center to start the third quarter as they trail 35-0, 8-17 and counting.
Unbalanced line.
And bad exchange and snap. The ball goes back in the air, and Malik Copes falls on it. Turnover. Sussex Central ball.
Yeah, they never got it from the exchange. That'll happen on a cold night and then a fresh quarterback.
It looks like the Knights are setting out the second unit.
It's a smart move. It's a smart coaching room. In addition, you're getting
reps.
Your next team ready.
And on comes the quarterback. We saw him in week 2, Michael Glandon, the sophomore, when Barnes was out injured in week 2. And we see him again for the second time this season. And Golden Knights 1st and 10 at the Cape 30. Glandon under center. And it's going to be a handoff to number 22, Jaden Savage. And he's going to be pulled down in the backfield by number 40. See if we get a number. 46. Which is Isaiah Falayu.
A 10th grader, 6 foot, 215 pounds.
Loss of 5 on the play brings up 2nd and 15. Motion goes to the far side, and it's going to be second man through, Ott on the tackle. And then a little bit, oh no, he's pushing the pile. He's going to pick up about 3 on the play. And that's number 18, Stratton, Philip Stratton. 3rd and 11 for the Golden Knights in Cape Henlopen territory. Clock moving, and they lead 35-0. Landon's going to toss to, that's good number on this, that's Stratton again. And he picks up about 5 on the play, but it's going to bring up a 4th and 6 for the Golden Knights. And now we're starting to see that rain coming down. It's real. The storm is here.
You're right.
The one we've been waiting for.
It is officially here. Thank goodness there's a lot of football on tomorrow.
Well, I got season tickets for the Blue Hens. I don't know.
Yeah.
The rain's been pushed back, and they're talking 20-mile-an-hour winds. Trey, what do you think? Huh? Trying to decide. Yeah, he might be short of the first down. Where were the knees? No, they're going to say first down.
No, they have him short. Off tackle power.
That's going to be Cape ball, so Cape holds.
Lead by the fullback. Halfback runs. Kick by the fullback. Guard up around, but nice job by the defense. But again, nice job by Sussex Central playing their kids. And again, you have 2 more games. Let's get them 2 quarters this week.
Right.
That becomes very valuable in postseason.
So the Vikings break the huddle, 1st and 10, inside their own 20 at the 18. And deep motion to the far side. It's going to be a pitch to number 21, Jaden Davis. And he cuts it back.
Heck of a shot.
And that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 3. Looks like they're keeping the line in, but moving some secondary guys and some linebackers. You know, Sussex Central has only allowed 5.9 points per game this year, and That defensive coordinator might want to keep it that way. Might want to keep it lower.
Well, Whitkey on the stop that time for Central.
Double tight end set here for the Vikings. And they're going to go motion again. And this time it's a fullback, and he's hit as he got the ball. That was Kasim Lewis. And he hit him about the same time he got the ball. Hold on to it.
So it drifts down. That quickness up front is just a trademark of that defense.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Vikings.
Down to the 3-minute mark. And again, they're in a full house or wishbone.
And that's the fullback again. He's going to get some positive yardage this time. Up across the 25 to about the 20, or excuse me, the 20 to about the 21-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's like they'll punt.
And on the punt is Tack. Woodbridge now up 40.
They're short a man.
Woodbridge up 42-0 on St. Mark's. Folks, make sure next Wednesday night, live from the Dover Buffalo Wild Wings, our 302 Sports Weekly show has this kick end over end, taken by Barnes at his own 45-yard line. And he's going to be tackled by the 80, and there's a flag on the play. Number 32 and on the tackle, Australia Mackey. Anyways, back to our 302 Weekly show. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, we'll be live from the Dover Buffalo Wild Wings, where we're going to have Coach Dan Candeloro and a few Caesar Rodney riders to talk about the upcoming game. And also joining us next Wednesday night will be Coach John Wells and a few Central players. And looking forward to targeting on Sussex Central. Wow. So I've been on a block, targeting on a block. So here we go, first down at the Cape Henlopen 46. So join us Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. See Coach Dan Candeloro, John Wells, and some Sussex Central Gold Knights and some Caesar Rodney Riders. We talk about next week's big Week 9 game. Landon back under center. And it's going to be the fullback up the middle.
Again.
Number 25 on the carry.
44 again on the tackle.
Andre Teagle.
Billy Ott. He's blitzing up inside and locking himself onto the fullback, which is a smart move in this situation.
Halftime score, Milford leads Indian River 14-0. I want to thank Kristen Mitchell right here in Lewis updating us with the scores. 2nd and 11 for the Golden Knights. And the Vikings jump. And that's probably going to take us to the 4th quarter. So on a 2nd and 11, Central goes with the hard count. The Vikings jump. Push it up 5, make it a 2nd and 6. And I believe that they're going to let the clock run down to zeros, and we'll go to the 4th quarter, and we'll take a commercial timeout. And we'll be right back with the 4th quarter of our Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week. Your score at the end of 3. The number 3 ranked Sussex Central Golden Knights 35, Cape Henlopen 0.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust. Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for everyone.
All right, playing the clock's underway, and the Golden Knights on a 2nd and 6. Stratton on the right side. He's got a first down. And that's another S.C. Doyle first down for the Golden Knights. As it goes inside the 40, to about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for Sussex Central.
Falayu on the tackle, sophomore, 6 foot, 215.
And Stratton again is going to pick up about 4 on the play, 3 or 4 on the play. Second and 7.
Marcus Robinson, another 10th grader, on the stop.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach J.D. Mall on Tuesday, he said you're going to start seeing a lot of younger kids on the field. And stays in bounds. And it looked like it may have been a fumble, but they're saying no. I think that was Stratton on the carry. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Golden Knights.
Might have been a little extracurricular over there.
Yeah,
you know, a little bit of frustration.
I've always said that football is an alpha male game, so you know you gotta watch it and call it accordingly. 3rd and 5 for the Golden Knights inside the 30 at the Cape Henlopen 27. Here comes a blitz from the Vikings. And carried by number 22, Jaden Savage. And he's got some running room as he cuts it back down the right side and scores. Touchdown. But there's a flag on the field, and it's going to be an illegal procedure.
Yeah, and that's a heck of a run because at this point, Cape is.
He was running buck sweep to the left side, cuts it up the middle, and then ends up going down the right sideline.
They're bringing 7
right
at the point of attack. They're just trying to stop the bleeding at this point.
Right. That's going to make it a 3rd and 10 for the Golden Knights. 9:23 and counting here under the running clock in the 4th quarter.
You're going to watch those backers inside for Cape. They are just teeing off.
Right. And this time it's going to be number 15 on the carry, Jeremiah Wilson. And he's going to pick up about, 5 on the play. And he's going to bring up 4th and 5. Well, more than that, 4th and 3. So give him 7 on the carry.
I think that may have been Harmon on the tackle. It's really difficult.
I've noticed when
to see the numbers.
And this is 2 years in a row I've had them at home when it rains, and you cannot see the numbers when those jerseys get wet. And coming sweep left side is number 22 again, Jaden Savage, and looks like he has enough for a first down.
Ott's coming off the field. I think he just missed the tackle, and he cramped up, I think.
That's another S.E. Doyle first down as we head into the Lasher Barbecue Red Zone. Sussex Central with the 35-0 lead here. Looking to wrap up the Henlopen Conference Northern Division and the automatic berth to the DIAA Division I state tournament. And that's going to be 15 off the right side, Jeremiah Wilson. And he takes it down inside the 10.
And he delivered a shot.
And we're going to have a late flag here. This is number 80 getting a few extra blocks. That was Eduardo Saez. And I think we're going to get an unsportsmanlike on Cape.
Yeah, and it's just it's not good, especially when you're 15 yards away from the ball.
Right.
Coach just points him down the bench.
Right. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. Ball will be on the – well, I don't think they've marked it off yet. So he's going to be on the 4. And the good run plus the penalty and just going to give Central a chance to punch in another one. And they've had the second unit, I believe, out here for the entire most of the third quarter.
Most of the third, yeah.
And that's going to be going to push it ahead. Touchdown. It's like number 30, Katai Tilley. It was 18th, Philip Stratton. The touchdown for the Golden Knights. They go up 41-0.
I'll say what I said before. If you're coach at Cape, take the film.
Right.
Look who is playing hard.
Yeah.
Build around those people.
Absolutely. And it looks like we have a different kicker this time. This is number 50, Alan Sandoval Ramirez.
He has those 2 names. That could be a kicker name right there.
That's right. Good snap. Oh, the ball's bobbled. No. And he's going to be wrapped up, thrown to the ground by, it looks like number 17, Dennis. And it's going to be Sussex Central kicking off. J.D. Mall taking some heat here late in the season, but, I think what a lot of people don't, maybe they forgot. This was a 2-8 team last year. He took over a 2-8 team, and it wasn't like he was left with a powerhouse. He's rebuilding, and J.D. Mall has built a program before. He was the initial coach at St. George's, and he built them into 2 trips to the state finals, 3 trips to the tournament, a couple Blue Hen Conference Flight League championships. You got to give the man time, and I think he's going to build it. It's going to happen. I don't know that they're going to be a state champion. But you can see them down the road with the youth they have out there tonight and the way they're playing, that they could be a group of kids that are playing for the North title.
Well, I went through this.
Mm-hmm.
First game first year I was at Northern Lane, I did not win a game. It took 5 years.
I've always said when you hire a coach, you got to give him 5 years. It's a 5-year plan.
We got to the 5th year. We had a solid winning season, but our last 8, we're in the state playoffs every year. And it takes time to develop the attitude. You have to bring that through your whole team. It can't just be a couple of them. He'll do that. They'll get him the support he needs. I think the key now is to get kids that are going to play multiple sports.
Right.
The specialists, they're people that come in and think they're going to get a basketball scholarship and they're 5'6". They don't own a mirror.
Right.
And the same with others. It's play baseball,
right.
Play football, play basketball, wrestle, do all those things.
Absolutely.
We had our first championship year. We had 8 of our 11 on defense were wrestlers. And they played with. Well, I don't mean to be nutsy, but like they had a knife in them. You just couldn't bring them down.
Well, I can tell you right now, Tack, in this box, you won't have any trouble convincing anybody of that.
No, I loved them. They were awesome.
He's going to pick up the ball around the 2-yard line, and that's where Cape's going to have to take over. 1st and 10 at their own 2. So, folks, as this clock winds down to 3 minutes, we'll start looking at some post-game awards. I think we've settled on our best of the game. We'll announce that in a little bit, and we're still working here and see what Dave Marvel has stat-wise on player of the game. Sussex Central offense really came out balanced. So, did I see a flag on the field? Yes, I did.
Well, he went. I'm not sure because he was out of bounds and came back in. I'm not sure if they flagged that or not.
So the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. It's going to be at their own 1. And this is dangerous territory of that front 4. And they're going to tackle him for a sack, for safety. And they've been in the backfield all night.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if that was Copes or Lewis on the.
They are impressive. I think the only way you slow down that defensive line, you go no splits,
right,
and you grind it up in tight because they're gonna get through. It's great takeoff, and like I said, I was watching film, and then actually called one of their coaches. I said, "Am I seeing this like I think I'm seeing this?" Yeah, they're pretty good.
Right.
They're pretty good up front, and they have a lot of fun. They rally to the ball. So my hat's off to a great defensive line, but the thing that's even more impressive, they're one way. And, there are a lot of coaches that will not do that. They one of the high schools I was at, I got in not an argument, but a disagreement that after the third series, if that replacement kid, he's just a little bit behind, he will be better because he won't be tired. And I often believe that, and we made that switch at Liberty High School in Bethlehem, and boy, it made a difference. And you can see that's why Central's so tough.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. We'll come back with our post-game awards. Well, Tack, the answer on the screen. Who is our pest of the game?
Without a doubt, Malik Copes, number 99 from the defensive line of Sussex Central, and they are celebrating the championship. Malik Copes had a couple tackles. However, what they do is that line just forces the offense to completely alter their path. Nice job, Malik.
Sussex Central High School, your 2018 Henlopen Conference Northern Division champions. They now earn the automatic berth to the Division I state championship. This is their first title since 2012. And, Tag, we had to go to a committee vote tonight for player of the game.
Yes, we did.
A lot of great – let's go through the performances first. Sussex Central, 283 yards, 25 in the air, 258 on the ground, 15 first downs. Williams, number 2, Shaheem Williams, 8 carries, 83 yards. Zion Reed, 8 carries, 37 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Number 7, Dominique Smith had a touchdown catch, 2 catches for 225. Barnes was 2 for 4 for 25 and a touchdown. But our player of the game, our Louis Pizza player of the game, number 21, Tajir Shepard Parker, 7 carries, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. And we've watched him 1 touchdown a lot of teams. He scored the first one against Smyrna. He scored the first one here again tonight. And he is just a part of that stable of running backs that the Golden Knights have.
They have a very balanced team. They have depth. And, my congratulations to Sussex Central on what a nice job of winning their championship.
And we're our cameraman Trey Mitchell trying to slow that herd down so he can get those pictures so we can get up on social media. So your pest of the game, number 99, Malik Copes, the defensive end, and your player of the game from Louis Pizza, home of the grinder, 11 Rehoboth Avenue, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, Tysier Shepard Parker with the big touchdown to start the game tonight off. Folks, next week, myself and Tack, we are going to be in Georgetown. We're going to see these Golden Knights one more time as they they host Caesar Rodney next week. And then the following week will be, it'll be me and Dave Frederick next week. And then week 10, it'll be myself and Tack headed down over to Bridgeville. And they'll be taking on the Delmar Wildcats for the Henlopen Conference.
Can't wait.
Southern Division Championship. Woodbridge, a big winner tonight, 42-6 over St. Mark's up in Pike Creek. So big one next the next 2 weeks. And don't forget, this Wednesday night we'll be at the Dover Buffalo Wild Wings with the 302 Weekly Show, where we're going to have head coach Dan Candeloro of the Caesar Rodney Riders and a couple players, and then head coach John Wells of the Sussex Central Golden Knights. And I want to thank John Wells, because I did not realize John still had young kids. He's given up trick or treat, and I appreciate that, to come up to the Dover Buffalo Wild Wings for the show. And he'll bring a couple players with him. Parents and other players are welcome to attend. There'll be a drawing. One lucky fan, if you tell the waitress that you're there for the 302 Sports Show, you can win a gift certificate good for a future visit to any Buffalo Wild Wings. And then, wait right there, week 10, we'll be at the Rehoboth Beach Buffalo Wild Wings with the 302 Sports Show. And we're going to have head coach of the Delmar Field Hockey Program, Jody Holloman, over to talk about the upcoming state tournament. And then we'll have Dave Hearn, head coach of the Delmar Wildcats, with a couple players, and retiring head coach Ed Manlove of Woodbridge with a couple players. And we'll be talking about the 60th playing of the Lions Kiwanis Cup Trophy game between Woodbridge and Delmar. Started out between Bridgeville and Delmar, but now with the consolidation, the 60th consecutive playing of that game. So we'll talk about that week 10, Wednesday night, from the Rehoboth Beach Buffalo Wild Wings. So for Trey Mitchell, Kristen Mitchell, Dave Marvel, and Jim Tack, I'm Benny Mitchell. Enjoy as much of your weekend as you can. Big storm in the area. Hoping to get up to see the Blue Hens tomorrow. Weather will tell. Folks, have a good night, and join us again on 302 Sports.